Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy are the two main types of personal bankruptcy. If you're thinking of filing bankruptcy to help you get rid of your debt, you may be wondering which of these is best for you. That's what we're covering in today's video. I'm Ben from the nonprofit Upsolve. We've helped thousands of people file Chapter 7 bankruptcy for free and get out of debt. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. This helps other people find us and make sure that you're the first to know when we publish new tips on how to get out of debt and build wealth. So, how do you decide which type of bankruptcy is right for you? Here are the 4 guiding questions. 1. How much income do I make? 2. What kind of debt do I have? 3. What property or assets do I own? And 4. How concerned am I about my credit score? The first consideration is about your income. Not just anyone can file Chapter 7. You have to meet certain income requirements by passing what's called the means test. In its simplest calculation, your income must be less than the median income in your state based on your household size. The means test is looking to see if you have the means or the ability to repay your debt. That is, do you have some disposable income that you could be putting toward your debt payment? If you do, you might not qualify for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That means you would have to look into Chapter 13 instead. But income isn't the only consideration. You'll also want to look at what kinds of debts you have. In bankruptcy, there are 2 broad categories of debt. The first is dischargeable debt, and the second is non-dischargeable debt. Dischargeable debts include credit card debt, medical bills, personal loans, payday loans, and some student loans. Non-dischargeable debts include alimony, child support, recent tax debt, court fines, and debt incurred from illegal activities. If most of your debts are dischargeable, Chapter 7 might be the best fit. If you need help repaying non-dischargeable debts, Chapter 13 might be a better fit, as it allows you to repay the debt over time with a repayment plan. Once you've determined how your income is going to affect your bankruptcy filing, then you'll want to consider what kind of property or assets you own. Chapter 7 is sometimes called the liquidation bankruptcy because the bankruptcy trustee has the right to sell any property that you own that isn't covered by exemptions, or liquidate that property. The majority of people who file Chapter 7 don't own a home or other expensive property, which means everything they own is covered by exemptions and they lose nothing. But if you do own a home or other expensive property and it's not covered by an exemption, you are at risk of losing it in Chapter 7. Many people in this case end up filing Chapter 13 bankruptcy instead. This is especially true for homeowners who are worried about foreclosure. The final thing to think about when deciding between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 is the impact on your credit score. Filing any type of bankruptcy can damage your credit score in the short run, but we've seen our users start to rebuild their credit within just a few short months. When it comes to reporting, Chapter 7 will stay in your credit report for 10 years, while Chapter 13 stays on for 7 years. So those are the 4 big things to consider, but it's also important to know that Chapter 7 is a lot faster than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 usually takes 6 months or less, while Chapter 13 often takes 3 to 5 years. In Chapter 7, your eligible debt is wiped out with a discharge order from the court. You don't have to pay anything on the debt. In Chapter 13, you get rid of your debt through a 3 to 5 year repayment plan. Chapter 7 has a much higher success rate than Chapter 13 as a result. This is partly because Chapter 13 cases are more complicated and they last a little bit longer. Chapter 7 is usually cheaper to file than Chapter 13, and that's because you usually need to hire a lawyer for a Chapter 13 case, as opposed to a Chapter 7, where you can often do it on your own. If you want to file Chapter 7 and you can't afford a lawyer, you may be able to use Upsolve's free filing tool. Follow the link in the description to take our quick screener and see if you're eligible. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more like it. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.